So what kind of technology do you guys have?
I have a phone and he has a better phone.
Mine's Gravity T.
And do you use your phone a lot?
Not as often. I use it to call my dad before bed or text my mom before bed, but that's it.
So you have texting and calling. Do you have internet on your phone?
Yeah.
Do you use your internet a lot?
No. TV backgrounds. That's it.
Okay. Do you have a Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you guys use your Facebook a lot?
not really.
What do you guys use your Facebook for? Do you talk to people?
We talk,
We talk.
yeah,
But
and then
I don't talk to
I have a
anybody else,
Petville person and I have a tower defense game. Yeah, because I mean, like, it's taking time away from studying, taking time away from doing like physical education. Sorry, and stuff like that. And I mean, like, especially if you're like texting constantly, like Jerry or Mason's sister, it would really, really like mess up your studying and stuff like that.
You can get sidetracked during school and a test by your phone. You could be, I don't know, supposed to be studying for a test at home, and you could get a phone call and answer the phone and get sidetracked by that.
Well, I mean, I guess like when we didn't have phones or we didn't have TVs, they would like read a book or study or go outside and play, which I guess all of those would sort of count as education. I mean, other than like maybe playing, but then that would be physical education.
Yes,
A
my
lot.
sister texts and calls and plays on Facebook whenever she's supposed to be studying or she's on the computer doing homework.
Yeah, or like my second to older brother, or not my second, my first to older brother. He's like texting all the time. Like he has to have his phone plugged in because he texts so much, so his battery dies. And every time that he's on the computer, he gets on there to do Facebook.
In recent years, electronic communication has infiltrated students' everyday lives. Trends show younger children each year jumping on the technology bandwagon. From texting to Facebook, students are more connected to each other than ever before. However, at the same time, this new ability to socialize whenever and wherever has led to a decreased focus on education. Why should students spend more time on homework, studying, and paying attention in class, when it would be so much easier and more entertaining to hop on a social networking site or start texting people on their phone? In this day and age, not only does education have to worry about teachers' unions and budget cuts, but it also has to compete against electronic communication for the devotion of its students.
There is also a final sign-up for next week's Scholastic Decathlon competition. Chem Club President Taylor McKessie can answer all of your questions about that. The cell phone menace has returned to our crucible of learning. Sharpay and Ryan's cell phones, and I will see you in detention. We have zero tolerance for cell phones in class, so we will get to know each other in detention. Cell phone. And welcome to Easy High, Miss Montez. Mr. Bolton, I see your phone is involved.
Facebook. Facebook.
Facebook and stuff. Facebook mostly.
On Facebook.
Facebook.
On Facebook. Facebook.
You think you're gonna be on it for like 5 minutes, and then they on it for like an hour. I'm pretty sure I was on for like 2 hours last night. Yeah. It's pretty addicting.
Like I'm getting on to do my homework, and I just like log on real quick, and I end up staying there for like hours.
Sometimes I literally just sit there because I don't want to do it.
If I'm just like in the middle of doing homework, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I need a break from something, and then I'll just get on Facebook just for a little bit, and I'll end up like staying on Facebook for like 2 hours, stalking people.
Honestly, I don't really get on Facebook as much as I used to, so I don't think it hinders me now as much as it did before, but during 9th grade and 10th grade, when I first started using Facebook, that's when I started getting the most distracted. And so during that time period, yeah, it did really hurt my education. I feel like it detracted a lot away from my studies, and I couldn't really help but get distracted by it because it's so easy to stay on Facebook for hours and not opt for doing your homework, which is like it's not as appealing in our eyes as going on Facebook and hanging out with friends is. And so, yeah, I feel like it did detract away from my education.
If you were to stop using Facebook and if they were to not, like, you can't use cell phones at all, would you feel like your grades would be better?
Yeah, because I would have more, I wouldn't be worrying about like socializing with my friends as much because there's no way to socialize, like no phones or no Facebook. So I guess if I can't go out and meet them, then I guess my priority is just to stay home and read.
I think it's like a matter of access. I mean, I know that my daughters use their cell phones and Facebook to get help with homework so they can be like working in like a group like atmosphere, even though they're not actually physically in the group. Mm-hmm. It's a lot like doing conference calls in days of old.
And now, does Facebook and texting sometimes help you in school?
Yeah, like if I need help with something, it's just a way of communication. So I just get online and then I'll like get on Facebook and see if anyone's on and just ask them a question that I don't understand.
Do you feel like texting and Facebook helps you in like schoolwork sometimes?
Yeah,
Not really. I mean, I don't use a webcam or anything, so I don't think it really is beneficial.
If the parents, any parents, don't give them proper guidance and restrictions about their usage, they can distract, it can affect their study habits and their education. Because once you don't have set the limits, then they just got into the habit of using and overusing Facebooks or computers or cell phone, and that definitely distract them. But if you set the limits and have them use it whenever you need it and also explain the certain safety features about it, I guess a little bit is okay.
Every year as technology increases, it gets more and more difficult for students to pay attention to their education. Even doing simple homework becomes a struggle when your phone is beeping every 5 minutes and you keep refreshing your Facebook page. Most people find it hard to willingly limit the amount of time they spend using electronic communication, and the majority of parents do not limit the amount of time students spend using it. When the average student is now spending upwards of 30 hours a week, many students are not capitalizing on their educational opportunities.
Do you find cell phones to be distracting in the classroom?
I used to a number of years ago, but now no.
Do you tend to use Facebook and texting during school?
I text during school, but like not Facebook.
What made you change your decision?
Prevalence in our society.
As a parent, how do you think Facebook affects your daughter's education? And
I think it all boils down to just time management. If you've got your phone by your side and you're checking Facebook and putting stuff up every couple seconds, you're not going to get a lot of studying done at home.
I waste a lot of time texting with my phone in my hand while doing homework. If I just put my phone away for once, if everyone just put their phone away, I think I'd get so much more work done. It's going to sound cheesy, but like if you actually studied with that time, I feel like a lot of us would be better off, and we could get into better colleges and probably achieve the dreams we actually had before our GPAs came out.
I'm going to try as hard as I can not to. I might call a bit more, friends for homework or something, But I'm gonna try as hard as I can not to use Facebook or text as much as I do now.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna completely quit using Facebook because once I get on, I don't really want to get off, and that's bad. And I guess I'll probably use my phone a little more because I'm moving, so I'm probably gonna have to use my phone more if I want to talk to my friends for here.